Right now, there are 5 luxury SUVs sitting in the back row of used lots across America. Heated leather, panoramic roofs, premium sound, marked down twice, and still nobody's touching them. I spent years inside this business, and I'll tell you exactly why they're cheap. It has nothing to do with reliability. It has everything to do with the badge on the hood. Here's the part that should make you angry. A dealer will look you in the eye and tell you a luxury SUV holds its value. He's lying. Depreciation doesn't care how reliable a vehicle is. It cares about age, mileage, and brand perception. So, 2 SUVs roll off the same line, share the same engine, the same bones. Slap a luxury badge on one, and 5 years later, it's lost half its value for no mechanical reason at all. That's the loophole. 5 used luxury SUVs, all under $25,000, that are secretly Toyotas, Hondas, and Fords wearing a costume. Same guts, half the price. I'm going deepest on number 1 because that's the one I'd put my own money on. But start with number 5. Nobody expects it. Number 5. The Lincoln MKX. 2011 to 2015. Pop the badge off and you're looking at a Ford Edge. Same platform. Same 3.7-liter V6. And that's a good thing. No turbo to blow. No CVT to grenade. A naturally aspirated 6 with a timing chain, not a belt. Boring. Bulletproof. I sold one to a retired postal worker named Gary. 63, drove the same route for 30 years, wanted leather and a quiet ride without a payment. He paid $11,000 for a 2014 with 60,000 miles. 3 years later, it's still parked in his driveway, untouched. You'll find these from $8,000 to $14,000. One inspection point: the power transfer unit on the all-wheel drive models. Ford sealed it and called it lifetime fluid. It isn't. If the seller has no record of that fluid being changed, budget $500 to $1,500 to handle it. Get the records, and you've bought a Ford Edge that thinks it's a Lincoln. Number 4. The Infiniti QX70. 2009 to 2013. This one isn't boring. Underneath it is a Nissan 370Z, same chassis. The 3.7 VQ V6 from the engine family that earned a spot on Ward's 10 Best Engines list 14 years straight. It drives like a sports car that happens to have a back seat. A guy named Marcus bought one off me. 34, software job, wanted something that didn't look like every other crossover in the parking garage. Paid $16,000 for a clean 2013. Said it's the first car he's ever looked back at walking away. $13,000 to $19,000 depending on miles. 2 things to check. The rear differential bushings clunk on higher mileage cars. $400 fix. And it drinks premium fuel and isn't shy about it. This is the one you buy because you want to drive it. Know that going in. Number 3. The Acura MDX. 2010 to 2014. This is the family pick. 3 rows. Honda's J35 V6 underneath. The same engine family that runs to 200,000 miles in a Pilot or an Odyssey without complaint. Acura just wrapped it in a nicer interior and bolted on a smarter all-wheel drive system. I sold one to a couple expecting their 3rd kid. They needed the 3rd row, they didn't need a new car payment. $12,500 for a 2013. That SUV will haul those kids to high school graduation. $10,000 to $16,000. Here's the one thing nobody tells you, and it's the reason I'm telling you. These have a system called variable cylinder management that shuts off cylinders to save gas, and it can cause the engine to burn a little oil. It will not destroy the engine, but you have to actually check your oil between changes. An $80 device disables the system entirely if it bothers you. Manage it, and it's a non-issue. The dealer who doesn't mention it is the one to walk away from. Number 2. The Acura RDX. 2013 to 2018. Now we're at the data. RepairPal puts the average annual repair cost on this at $497. It ranks at number 1 out of 11 luxury compact SUVs, 4.5 out of 5. That's not my opinion. That's the maintenance data on every one of these that's ever rolled into a shop. Why so cheap to keep alive? Because the 2013 and up dropped the old Turbo 4 and went to Honda's naturally aspirated V6. The same boring, deathless 6 from the rest of the lineup. A nurse named Diane bought one from me coming off a lease on a BMW X3 that had bled her dry. $18,000 for a 2016. 2 years in, she spent money on one set of tires and an oil change. That's it. $14,000 to $22,000. Honestly, There's no catch on this one. Check the tires and the brakes like any used car. That's the whole inspection. This is the safest buy on the list, which brings me to number 1. The one I'd buy with my own money tomorrow. The Lexus RX 350, 2010 to 2015. Underneath the luxury badge is a Toyota Highlander. The 2GRF EV6 is shared straight across the Camry and the Highlander, two of the most reliable vehicles Toyota has ever built. The data puts the odds of a major repair on one of these under 10%. The segment average is 19. You are roughly half as likely to face a big bill as you are in almost anything else with a luxury badge. I sold one to a high school teacher named Linda who'd never spent more than $10,000 on a car in her life and was nervous the whole time. $14,000 for a 2013 with low miles. She called me a year later just to say it was the best money she'd ever spent. $12,000 to $18,000, and they hold up at the top of that range because the secret's getting out. One inspection point, and only on the early ones. The 2010 to 2012 dashboards could crack or get sticky in hot climates. Lexus extended the warranty on it, so check whether the dash was replaced. Past that, this is as close to a forever SUV as the used market has. So there it is, 5 luxury SUVs, all under 25 grand, every one of them a Toyota, a Honda, or a Ford underneath the costume. Buying the right one is half the battle. Keeping it alive is the other half. I put together a free guide for that, the Mr. Car Insider Field Manual. 10 hacks from inside the industry, built to save you over $1,000 a year. The flashlight test that catches a $40 air filter scam. The brake fluid glance that stops a $300 caliper repair before it starts. Links in the description. Free, no email tricks. And if you want to see what happens when you skip the deal and overpay for the badge, I put the Lexus RX head-to-head against the BMW X5 and the Mercedes GLE. The reliability gap nobody talks about. It's on screen now. I'm Mr. Car Insider. I'll see you in the next one.